Soil formation. Soil is formed in layers through the weathering and breaking down of organic and inorganic materials. Organic matter in the soil comes from things that were once living, such as plants, animals, and insects. Inorganic matter comes from non-living things, such as rocks and minerals. First, we'll examine these layers by looking at a soil profile, or the cross-sectional view of the soil. Then we'll look at how materials break down to form the different layers. Soils have 4 to 5 main horizons, or layers. The lowest level of the soil profile is called Horizon R. This horizon is made up of bedrock, which is the parent material of the soil because soil comes from weathered rock. The C horizon is made up of weathered bedrock and some material that has washed down from above layers. The C horizon does not contain any organic matter, and roots typically do not grow in this stratum. The B horizon is called the subsoil. Most of the time, the B horizon has a lighter color than the soils above it because it's high in clay content. Small amounts of nutrients leach into the B horizon, so some plant roots grow into it for nutrients and for anchorage. The A horizon is the top layer of soil and therefore called the topsoil. Topsoil is high in both organic and mineral matter. The A horizon is soil stratum that is most fertile and supports plant growth. In fields where crops will be planted, the A horizon is the layer of soil that is tilled. In forests, there is another profile layer. The O horizon is a layer of organic matter that sits on top of the topsoil. The organic matter is made up of decaying leaves, fallen trees, and decaying animal matter. Fields used for planting do not have an O horizon. Soil is formed by the weathering of parent material over time. The parent material is the organic and inorganic material from which all parts of the soil originate. Climate affects weathering when freezing and thawing break down rock as it expands and contracts. Wind and water wear rock away. Flowing water breaks small rocks into smaller pieces. Roots of plants grow into rocks and break them apart, and lichens that form on rocks secrete acids that break it down. All this weathering occurs over time. Living things aid in soil formation. Because they live and move in and above the soil, living things help to break down larger particles and parent material. Soil provides an ecosystem, an environment that a community of organisms can interact with. Earthworms, insects, bacteria, plants, and burrowing mammals are just some of the organisms that interact with soil. Bacteria and fungi help to break down organic matter and release nutrients into the soil. 1 teaspoon of good organic soil contains more bacteria than there are people on the earth. Earthworms help convert decomposed organic matter into rich, fertile humus. When earthworms move around, they mix the humus with matter from other soil horizons. Plants then take water and nutrients from the fertile soil. The soil ecosystem is made up of both biotic and abiotic factors. Biotic factors are all of the living organisms that inhabit an environment. The earthworms, insects, bacteria, plants, and burrowing mammals are all biotic factors of the soil environment. Abiotic factors are all of the non-living parts of an organism's environment. The abiotic factors of the soil ecosystem include the minerals, air, water, and dead organic matter of the soil. And now let's explore the core. In construction, you will frequently encounter math problems involving multiple steps. A mistake commonly made in these multi-step calculations is not keeping units of measurement homogeneous or the same. If you divide a yard measurement by a foot measurement, your calculation will be incorrect. Here's an example. A farmer wants to put 2 silos on the edge of her farmland, so she needs to construct a concrete pad to place them on. Each concrete pad will have a diameter of 40 feet and a height of 10 inches. The farmer needs to make two different calculations in order to figure out how many yards of concrete she'll have to order. She will need to be sure her units of measurement are the same and convert them if they are not. First, the farmer calculates the volume of concrete needed for one pad. She uses the formula for volume of a cylinder since the pad is a circle with a 10-inch height. R is the radius of the cylinder and H is the height. The radius of a 40-foot circle is 20 feet. But remember, the units of measurement in the calculation have to be homogeneous, or the same. She has a radius measurement in feet and a height measurement in inches, so she converts the inches to feet. There are 12 inches in a foot. So the height is 10 divided by 12, or 0.83 feet. The farmer plugs in her dimensions to complete the first calculation. Now the farmer knows she needs to fill a volume of 1,042 cubic feet for each concrete pad. She's building 2 silos, so her second calculation is the total cubic feet she'll need to fill with concrete, which is 2,084 cubic feet. Concrete is purchased by the cubic yard, so the farmer needs to convert cubic feet to cubic yards. There are 3 feet in a yard, so she cubes 3 feet to get a cubic yard, and then converts her total volume. She needs 77.19 yards of concrete, so she'll have to order 78 yards. Today's SAT word is stratum. A stratum is a natural or artificial layer, bed, or thickness of any substance or material. The plural for stratum is strata. In the lesson, we learned about the 5 different strata in a soil profile. We learned that the stratum, called the A horizon, is the topsoil and is the most fertile layer.